Coach, 69-63 victory exhibition win over MSOE. If you would like to open with a statement, we can take questions from there.
Yeah, first I want to give credit to MSOE. They were a very tough team that came in here. They played extremely hard, and obviously that showed because they were leading, and I think it was a 4 or 5 point game. But give them credit. They put us in tough spots, and obviously we have to get better in some areas. But this is a great run for us in the first opportunity in front of fans and here at Panther Arena, and this is absolutely what we needed to start off this season. We needed some great film work that we can go back to, and some action and playing against somebody else. So I'm excited about the opportunity to get better and learn from our game and get ready for our next opponent.
Questions for Patrick?
Had any specific areas you were most pleased with today?
You know, I think the areas I was pleased, you know, if I think about personnel, you know, we had struggled in a stretch where we weren't playing as well, and defensively there were some areas that we weren't doing great. But if I think about Jason and Markeith and Josh when they were in the game, they really pushed and helped us to cut the deficit and then ultimately pushing the lead along here with Patrick. But that's the first thing that I'm thinking about is our personnel and what they were able to do, and that points to our depth. You know, we have guys that struggle a little bit, like Dre did and Jordan did a little bit. We have some guys that can come in and give us a lift. And you know, the other area that I'll point to is on the defensive side. I think we can always get better on the defensive end, and I'm saying that, and we held them to 38% shooting. You know, so I think there's some areas that we can shore up on that end. I think there are some positives from that, but overall, you know, I think that we can be a lot better on that end.
Patrick, how good did it feel just to get out there and play against different colored uniforms?
Yeah, I think it felt really good. I mean, coming off pretty much almost 11 months since my injury, and then USA was kind of a 5-week experience, and then coming here and practicing. I've only been practicing for about a week, still dealing with an ankle injury, and then coming out here finally getting to play against somebody else other than my teammates in practice has been something that, I mean, it's been pretty cool. Like, you see the energy that, I mean, I came out with and that some of our teammates came out with. Like, we were just nervous, ready to get out there, so I think it was just fun.
Did you feel any rust at all? I mean,
yeah.
Shot-wise, you look good. I mean, everything else looked good.
I think scoring, it's a given, being a 6'10" guy that can do a lot of things offensively, and then I think just fatigue kind of set in at certain points. Just having been 2 weeks really since I've been back playing, so I'm just trying to get back in game shape. But I mean, if this is what I look fatigued, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Coach, your team took 21 free throws compared to MSOE's 6. Do you guys prioritize that sort of physicality and getting to the line?
Yeah, no, we definitely want that. I think we have the size to be able to kind of dictate that and get to the free throw line a little bit more. We only shot 7 free throws in the first half, which we really made a point at halftime where we weren't aggressive enough. We were settling for a lot of perimeter shots, and I think their defense was causing that. You know, they were packing the paint a little bit, not letting us drive, and I thought we were a lot more aggressive and similar to what I talked about earlier with those 3 guys, with Jason and Markeith and Josh. You know, they started penetrating, getting to the basket, started picking up. MSOE started picking up fouls then, and then Patrick got hot and started getting to the free throw line as well and got fouled and all of that. So that's the key. If you can get to the free throw line, you know, probably more times, if you can attempt more than opponents shoot, you're going to be in very good position. And you know, we definitely want to take advantage of it, especially if we have the size and guys that can, you know, get to the basket and make plays there.
Pat, I think late in the first half, you had a lineup of Josh, Jordan, DeAndre, Tafari, and Patrick. That's a lot of length and a lot of size on the court at one time. I mean, as a coach, it's got to feel good to have, you know, the mixing and matching and the kind of options that you have, doesn't it?
It does, and I definitely wanted to see that today. So that was by design, to see how that would look. And there is length, and especially on the defensive end, we can you know, put that in, and then, you know, on the offensive end, there's some versatility. You know, Tafari, you saw him. I think he made 2 threes today. He can certainly, stretch you if he's playing the 5. Patrick, obviously, who you're going to put on with him, and obviously Dre has proven from last year what he's capable of doing. So we had guys out on the floor that could conceivably defend on one end and then be able to cause some problems on the offensive end.
Coach, I noticed Vin Baker wasn't on the court tonight. Do you have an update on his injury status and whether or not he'll be ready for the November opener?
Yeah, he'll be ready for the November opener. Right now, he's recovered from his surgery. He's back and ready to go. He probably, if all things are equal, he probably could have played today, but we held him out of this game. And next week, he's going to be full contact in our practices.
For Patrick Bowen Jr., obviously today was just an exhibition game, but your 18 points was pretty impressive. Like, what can you say? How did you achieve your scoring effort tonight?
I think just whatever you see on the floor just kind of comes from the work that I put in before I step on the floor. So I mean, it was a big week of shooting, big week of rehab, and then really just big week of getting my win back. So when you see these performances in the stat sheet, it's just all about the work that I put in before I step on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Also, what did you see in your team tonight? What are some things that you feel like you personally, how were you able to contribute? And then as far as the team, what did you like about the team tonight?
Yeah, I like the way we handled adversity. I mean, it's an exhibition. We're still figuring out lineups tonight. We're down to a team that, in theory, we really shouldn't be in a competition with, but they gave us a tough fight. So, I think I like the way that we responded at halftime and really pushed that lead, and some guys came off the bench, gave us big minutes. So, I just think across the board we had good efforts from a lot of different people, and if that's a team that's going to give us a challenge, it's just so be it.
Time for one final question if we have one.
Pat, as far as Jordan goes, didn't shoot it particularly well tonight, but he's the kind of guy that can impact the game in all different areas. Isn't he? 8 rebounds. Did you see him as a kind of a stat stuffer point guard?
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. If you think about him, he has great size at the point guard spot. So that's one area that if you have a smaller guard, hopefully he can take advantage of. He has great athleticism. I think on the defensive end, he has great length. I think he can put some pressure on you that way. And then we want him to attack and get downhill a little bit more offensively and put pressure at the rim. But he's going to be an asset and very vital to us, to our success. So he just has a very contagious energy, which I love about him, and I think that's going to help us going forward.
Great, thanks everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You're welcome. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.